Let's dive into the world of wild boars. Not the cute pink pigs you might imagine, but the tough, smart, and highly invasive ones that roam freely. In regions like Texas, Italy, and Australia, these creatures pose a significant problem, wreaking havoc on both the environment and local economies. With no natural predators to keep them in check, their numbers skyrocket. One sow can produce 2 litters annually, with up to a dozen piglets each time. This means a small issue can rapidly escalate into a massive, tusked headache for landowners and wildlife alike. These boars act like 4-legged bulldozers, tearing through crops, lawns, golf courses, and even sacred cemeteries, leaving destruction in their wake. Farmers can lose thousands of dollars overnight as entire fields are decimated, impacting their livelihoods significantly. The damage extends beyond economics. It's a severe ecological issue as well. Boars uproot soil, causing erosion and outcompeting native wildlife for essential food resources. They consume the eggs of ground-nesting birds, further disrupting the natural balance. Additionally, they can spread diseases to livestock and, in rare cases, even to humans, posing a health risk. Their presence throws entire ecosystems out of balance, affecting biodiversity. So, what can people do? You can't just ask them to leave or hope they'll move on. Trapping becomes essential for managing their populations and safeguarding both land and wildlife from further harm. In many areas, it's a full-scale war on feral hogs, with millions of dollars spent annually on control efforts. This isn't about sport or recreation, it's about survival for farmers and the preservation of native species. Trapping is dirty, difficult work, often carried out in harsh conditions, but it's absolutely necessary. It's not just about saving crops, it's about restoring balance and health to the land. The story of wild boar trapping is about people fighting back against what seems like an unstoppable force of nature. It's a battle of wits, patience, and persistence, requiring strategy and determination. And it's only getting more intense as boar populations continue to rise, challenging our efforts. This is where our story begins, with the urgent need to trap, control, and reclaim the land from these invaders. Because if we don't take action, the boars win, and the consequences could be dire. Forget the old cage and stick traps. Modern boar trapping is high-tech, and it's a world away from what you might remember from old hunting tales. Old box traps only caught a few boars, the rest learned to avoid them, quickly figuring out the danger and teaching others to steer clear. To outsmart the whole herd, trappers needed a new approach, one that could capture the intelligence and wariness of these animals. Enter the corral trap, large steel pens with remotely triggered gates designed to catch entire groups at once. Trappers use cameras to monitor the trap from miles away, watching live feeds until the entire sounder is inside, ensuring no one is left behind. When the moment's right, they drop the gate with a tap on their phone, making the capture quick and efficient. This tech means precision. No more guesswork or hours hiding in the bushes, waiting for the perfect moment. It's strategy versus instinct, and the stakes are high, with every capture requiring careful planning and nerves of steel. The system is more humane too. Catching the whole group avoids orphaned piglets and stressed survivors, making the process less traumatic for the animals. Cameras help avoid non-target animals. If a deer or another creature wanders in, the trapper just waits, ensuring only the intended animals are caught. Technology has made trapping smarter, more selective, and more responsible, allowing for better wildlife management and less collateral damage. It's a perfect example of innovation meeting necessity, where new ideas solve old problems in creative ways. The job is still tough, but now it's a battle of brains as much as brawn, demanding both physical effort and technological savvy. Modern trapping is about efficiency, ethics, and staying one step ahead of these clever animals, always adapting to new challenges. The wild boar problem isn't going away, but the tools to fight it keep getting better, evolving with every new breakthrough. This is the new frontier of wildlife management, where technology and tradition blend for a smarter future. And it's changing the game for good, setting a new standard for how we manage wildlife challenges. Once the gate drops, the real work begins, moving a pen full of wild, angry boars. Trappers guide them into reinforced trailers using chutes and gates, a job that's loud, chaotic, and risky. Some boars are sent to specialized farms, not typical pig pens, but secure enclosures with space to roam. These farms mimic natural habitats, reducing stress and allowing natural behaviors. Here, boars are fed a controlled diet, grains like corn and barley, to improve the flavor and consistency of the meat. This finishing process turns a gamey pest into a marketable product. The transition from wild to farmed is carefully managed and regulated. Boars become a resource, not just a problem. It's a controversial but practical solution, transforming destruction into value. For some, it's a new agricultural niche. For others, it's a way to turn chaos into opportunity. The wild boar's journey from trap to farm is a story of adaptation, by both animal and human, and it's changing the way we think about invasive species. Why bother with wild boar meat? What makes it stand out from the usual options at your local butcher or supermarket? For many, it's all about taste and health. Wild boar brings something different to the table, both in flavor and nutrition. Wild boar offers a richer, more complex flavor than regular pork. Nutty, slightly sweet, and lean. It's a taste that's both familiar and excitingly new, making every bite memorable. The meat is deep red, higher in protein, and lower in fat and calories. It's a smart choice for those watching their diet or looking to add more lean protein to their meals. It appeals to health-conscious eaters and those seeking less processed, more natural foods. Wild boar is often free from additives, making it a cleaner option for your plate. These animals aren't raised with the same antibiotics or hormones as factory-farmed pigs. They live wild, foraging for food, which results in healthier, more natural meat. Eating wild boar connects people to nature and supports sustainable food trends. It's a way to enjoy food that's both ethical and environmentally friendly. There's also an environmental angle. Eating boar helps control an invasive species. Wild boar populations can cause significant damage to crops and native habitats. This invasiveism turns a problem into a solution, protecting farmland and ecosystems. By choosing wild boar, you're helping restore balance to local environments. Chefs love wild boar for its unique flavor, creating dishes you can't make with standard pork. Its versatility inspires creativity in the kitchen. From ragu to sausages and prosciutto, wild boar is a culinary adventure. Each dish tells a story of tradition and innovation. Its popularity in restaurants drives demand in specialty shops and butcheries. More people are seeking out wild boar for home cooking and special occasions. Wild boar meat is more than food. It's a story of flavor, health, and environmental impact. It's a choice that reflects values as much as taste. For many, that's a powerful reason to choose it over conventional pork. It's about making a difference with every meal. It's a trend that's only growing as people look for new tastes and ethical choices. Wild boar is quickly becoming a favorite among adventurous eaters and conscious consumers, and it's reshaping the meat industry, one wild meal at a time. The future of food might just be a little wilder than we imagined. After trapping or finishing, boars head to specialized processing facilities. The process is fast, skilled, and messy, starting with humane dispatch and careful skinning. Wild boars are skinned, not scalded because of their tough hides and coarse hair. Precision is key to keep the meat clean and high quality. Government inspectors check for disease and safety at every step. Carcasses are chilled for at least 24 hours, tenderizing the meat. Skilled butchers break down the carcass into familiar cuts: shoulders, loins, hams, bellies. Some meat is sold fresh or frozen, much is turned into sausages, burgers, bacon, and cured products like prosciutto. The transformation from wild animal to gourmet food is complex and tightly regulated. Every step adds value, turning a pest into a premium product. The result? A diverse range of wild boar foods ready for your table. It's a journey from chaos to cuisine, and it all starts with a trap in the wild. That's how a menace becomes a meal. The wild boar industry is a mix of opportunity and controversy. It creates rural jobs and turns a costly pest into profit for landowners and entrepreneurs. Supporters say a regulated market encourages population control and aligns economic and environmental goals. But moving live boars is risky. Accidents or illegal releases can spread the problem. That's why transport is tightly regulated and sometimes banned. There's also debate about farming wild animals. Can enclosures really meet their needs? Animal welfare groups question the ethics, while supporters argue farms offer safety and food. The industry is a balancing act: profit, control, and animal welfare all in tension. There are no easy answers, just tough choices, and the debate is far from settled. Critics warn that commercializing wild boars could backfire. If boars become valuable, some might keep populations high for profit, undermining control efforts. Conservationists argue the focus should be on eradication, not utilization. They worry that farming and transport complicate and slow down real population reduction. Animal rights advocates oppose trapping and farming for profit, citing stress and loss of freedom. Some say calling boar meat sustainable is greenwashing. It's still meat production with an environmental cost. There's concern that making boar trendy could create permanent demand, not a solution. The arguments are complex and the critics are loud. At its core, the wild boar issue is about money. Feral hogs cause over $2.5 billion in agricultural damage annually in the US alone. Any industry that reduces that number is valuable to farmers and the economy. On the flip side, wild boar meat is a growing, profitable niche. High-end restaurants and specialty shops pay top dollar for quality boar. This creates incentives for landowners and trappers, turning pests into profit. The industry supports jobs in trapping, farming, transport, processing, and marketing. But profitability is volatile. Meat prices, fuel, and regulations all affect the bottom line. Setting up certified processing is expensive, and not everyone can make it work. For some, lethal control and disposal are still cheaper. The wild boar industry is a constant balancing act between cost and reward. It's a supply chain built around a problem, and the numbers are always shifting. The wild boar industry is a messy, fascinating response to an environmental crisis. It's a hybrid of wildlife management, agriculture, and gourmet food. The challenge control boar populations, protect land, and create economic value without making things worse. For trappers, farmers, and butchers, this is real hard work, not just a debate. The future depends on balancing control, ethics, and profit. Regulations, public opinion, and economics will shape what comes next. It's a dirty job, but sometimes the best solutions come from the messiest problems. And the battle with wild boars is far from over.